The fear you see in others' eyes is not about you. It's a primal reaction to your new quantum signature. Your spirit has changed on a subatomic level, and their entire biological and energetic system is flagging you as unfamiliar territory. This isn't a beautiful metaphor, this isn't spiritual poetry, this is physics. This is the complete breakdown of the quantum identity shift, and the reason why certain people you may love, now fear your spirit. In this deep analysis, we will dismantle the painful confusion you've been living through, identify the 3 undeniable signs that this shift is happening to you, and transform their resistance from a source of pain into the ultimate confirmation that you are on the right path. To understand this, we have to start with a fundamental truth. You are a broadcast. Every single moment of your existence, you are broadcasting a complex energy wave into the universe. This isn't a concept, it's a reality. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, each one has a specific vibration, a frequency. When these frequencies are scattered, chaotic, and contradictory, your signal is weak, full of static. But when you begin the deep inner work of healing, of aligning your thoughts with your actions, your beliefs with your emotions, something extraordinary happens. Your waves begin to synchronize. They fall into step. This is a state physicists call coherence. A quantum identity shift is what happens when this coherence becomes your new, permanent baseline. It's not a good mood. It's not a temporary high. It is a fundamental and irreversible upgrade to the core frequency of your being. You have, quite literally, changed the signal you are broadcasting to the world. Now imagine dropping a single pebble into a perfectly still pond. You see the gentle, coherent ripples expand outwards. Now drop a second pebble a few feet away. Its ripples expand too. Where these 2 sets of waves meet, they interfere with one another. If they are in sync, they amplify each other, creating a higher wave. But if they are out of sync, they create chaos. Dissonance. They cancel each other out, creating choppy, unpredictable water. For years you were a pebble in a pond, creating ripples that were in harmony with the ripples of those around you. Your energetic patterns were predictable, familiar. But through your transformation, you didn't just become a new pebble. You became a different kind of stone altogether, one that vibrates at a much higher, faster frequency. When you were dropped back into the old pond, your new ripples began to interfere with the old patterns, and the result is dissonance. That is the chaotic, churning feeling you sense in your relationships right now. That is the gut-wrenching confusion of doing all the right things, healing, growing, raising your consciousness, only to be met with a strange, cold distance from the very people you thought would be cheering you on. You feel it, don't you? That silent chasm that has opened up between you and the world you used to know. If you've ever felt a strange distance from people after a period of intense personal growth, hit the like button now. You're not alone, and this is your validation. This isn't your fault. It's proof. Let's make this real. Let's pull it out of the realm of theory and into your living room, your phone, your workplace. Think about your best friend, the one you used to spend hours with, where conversations flowed like water. Now there's a lag. The jokes don't land the same way. The deep sharing has been replaced by superficial updates. You hang up the phone not feeling energized, but feeling empty, drained. There was no fight, no single event you can point to. There is only a growing, undeniable static on a once clear channel. Think about your family, the holiday dinner where you tried to share a profound insight you had, a new way you're seeing the world. You speak from your heart, with passion and clarity, and you are met with blank stares. Or worse, that patronizing little smile, followed by a dismissive, "Oh, that's interesting," before they quickly change the subject back to something safe, something familiar, something from the old world. They don't see your growth. They see your strangeness. They label your peace as detachment, your joy as delusion. Think about your partner, or even your colleagues, the person who fell in love with a previous version of you, who now subtly tries to pull you back into old habits, old dramas. You used to be more fun, they say, which really means you used to be more predictable. Your energy used to match my own. At work, The easy rapport you had with a team member has been replaced by a formal, cautious distance. They sense something has changed, but they don't have the language for it, so they react with suspicion. Each of these scenarios is a symptom, a painful, confusing symptom of a phenomenon I call the vibrational rift. This rift is not a failure of your relationships, it is the evidence of your evolution. The pain you are feeling is not a punishment for your growth. It is the growing pain of a new reality being born right through you, and it is tearing the fabric of the old one. To grasp this fully, we need to introduce a core metaphor that will guide us through this entire breakdown. Think of your energy as your unique frequency signature. Every person in the universe broadcasts a note. For most of your life, let's say you were a C sharp. You were a perfectly good C sharp. You built your life around that note. You found friends who were also C sharps or notes that harmonized beautifully with it. Your family understood C sharp. Your career was a C sharp career. The entire song of your life was written in that key, and it was comfortable. It was known. But then you started the work. You went inward. You healed old traumas. You challenged limiting beliefs. You chose love over fear again and again and again. And with each conscious choice, you didn't just polish your C sharp, you began to fundamentally change the note itself. You stretched it, refined it, elevated it. Until one day you woke up and you were no longer a C sharp. You had become a G flat. Your new note is higher, clearer, more resonant. It carries more information, more light. But when you play your beautiful, clear G flat in the middle of the old C sharp orchestra, it doesn't harmonize. It creates dissonance. It sounds jarring, disruptive, even wrong to the ears that are only tuned to hear the old song. They aren't hearing you. They are only hearing the dissonance between your new note and their old one. Imagine the sound of an old, staticky radio broadcast, full of interference and noise. That was the frequency of the old, comfortable reality. Now imagine the pure, resonant, unwavering tone of a crystal singing bowl. That is you. When that crystal tone enters the room of static, the static doesn't harmonize with it. It perceives the purity as an interruption, a threat to its own existence. They are not rejecting you. Their entire system is rejecting your new frequency because it is incompatible with the world they still inhabit. This is the key. You have to understand this. Their fear, their withdrawal, their dismissal, it's not personal. It is a physical, energetic response to a frequency they are not yet equipped to process. By the end of this breakdown, you will no longer see these painful interactions as evidence of your isolation. You will see them as data points on a graph proving the altitude of your ascent. You will learn to read their reactions not as a verdict on your worth, but as sonar, echoing back the shape and strength of your new reality. You will move from feeling rejected to feeling confirmed. You will shift from wondering where you went wrong to knowing, with unshakable certainty, that you have finally done something right. To truly grasp why your world is fracturing, we have to go deeper than metaphor. We have to go subatomic, because the change you've undergone isn't just a new mindset. It's a physical, energetic restructuring of your very being. At the heart of this entire phenomenon is one of the most baffling and profound principles in all of science: the observer effect. In quantum mechanics, this principle states that particles exist in a state of all possibilities at once, a wave of pure potential called superposition, until they are observed. The act of observation, the act of measurement, forces this wave of potential to collapse into one single definite reality. A particle is not a thing over there until something looks at it. Before that, it's a field of probability. Think about that. The universe waits for a consciousness to pay attention to it before it decides what to be. Now, apply this to the most complex quantum system we know. You. Your old identity, the person you used to be, was not a fixed, solid thing. It was a collapsed waveform. It was a probability wave of who you could be, that was being constantly observed into a specific state. Who was the observer? You were. And so was everyone around you. Your own thoughts, your beliefs, your habits. That was your self-observation, holding the pattern in place. Your family's expectations, your friends' memories of you, your boss's definition of your role. That was their observation, a powerful collective field reinforcing that same pattern. You were a specific reality because you and everyone else agreed to keep observing you that way. But then you started to do the work. You started meditating, healing, questioning old beliefs. You turned inward. And in doing so, you did the most radical thing possible. You withdrew your observation from the old you. You stopped looking at the statue of your limitations. You stopped measuring your identity by your past wounds. You let go. And in that moment, the waveform that was you was no longer being collapsed into its old familiar shape. It expanded. It returned to the quantum field of pure potential, a state of superposition. For a moment, you became everything you could possibly be all at once. And from that field of infinite potential, you began to choose. You chose peace. You chose clarity. You chose strength. With every new belief, every new empowering emotion, you began to observe a new reality into being. You collapsed a new waveform, a higher frequency version of yourself. This is not poetry. This is the physics of creation. Herein lies the paradox that is causing you so much pain. While you are busy observing and collapsing this magnificent new reality, the people in your old life are still pointing their observation at the space where the old you used to be. They are trying to measure a particle that has already moved. They are trying to collapse a waveform that you are no longer broadcasting. Their observation is searching for a frequency you no longer emit, and the resulting feedback is a jarring, confusing static. They are looking for an echo in a room that has been rebuilt. So if you're looking for a quantum identity shift explained simple, it's this. You stopped observing the old you, and the universe had no choice but to show you something new. This quantum paradox creates a measurable energetic gap in your reality. It is a tear in the fabric of your old social network. I call this the vibrational rift. The vibrational rift is not a disagreement. It's not an argument. It is a fundamental divergence in the baseline frequencies of two energetic systems. It occurs when the gap becomes so wide that a coherent exchange of information is no longer possible. It's like trying to run modern software on a 20-year-old computer. The operating systems are incompatible. The data packets get corrupted. The connection fails. This rift has three distinct and undeniable characteristics. First, perceptual mismatch. Second, emotional repulsion. Third, systemic destabilization. Understanding these three signatures will be like being handed the diagnostic manual for your entire social reality. Let's break down exactly why your old relationships are breaking down, using this new lens. The first casualty of the vibrational rift is shared perception. This is the perceptual mismatch. It means you and they are literally not perceiving the same reality anymore. You've tuned your consciousness to a new band of information. You see synchronicities, they see coincidence. You talk about energetic responsibility, they hear nonsense. You speak of the future you are creating, and they can only see the past you are leaving behind. Their system is not equipped to process the data from your new reality. It's not that they don't want to understand you. On a fundamental level, they cannot. Your words, which feel so clear and true to you, enter their field and are decoded through their old lower frequency filters. Your message of expansion is heard as a message of delusion. Your peace is interpreted as apathy. Your new boundaries are perceived as a personal attack. You are not on the same page. You are not in the same library. You are reading two different books in two different languages. Reflect on one relationship that feels strained. Is it a true conflict, or does it feel more like two radio stations trying to play on the same frequency? What does that dissonance feel like in your body? The second signature is emotional repulsion. This is one of the most confusing parts of the experience. You've done all this work to cultivate inner peace, joy, and love. You logically expect that this beautiful, high-frequency energy would be attractive to others. But to a system habituated to a lower frequency, a frequency of anxiety, of drama, of victimhood, of chaos, your peace does not feel peaceful. It feels threatening. Your coherent, high-frequency field is like a bright light being shone into a dark room where someone's eyes have fully adjusted to the dimness. The light is not malicious. The light is just light. But to the person in the dark, it is painful. It is agitating. It is overwhelming. Your calm is a mirror that reflects their chaos back at them, and their system reacts not with a desire to match your frequency, but with a primal urge to extinguish the light to restore the familiar comfort of the dark. This is why you may notice people trying to provoke you, to pull you into old arguments, to trigger your old patterns. Their energetic system is unconsciously trying to get you to lower your frequency back down to a level that is comfortable and familiar for them. Your joy feels like a judgment of their misery. The third, and most powerful signature, is systemic destabilization. Every relationship, whether with family, friends, or partners, is a system. Within that system, each person plays a role. These are unspoken energetic contracts. Perhaps you are the peacemaker, the fixer, the emotional dumping ground, the reliable victim, the people pleaser. These roles, however dysfunctional, create a predictable, stable system. Everyone knows their part, and the energetic dance is familiar. When you undergo a quantum identity shift, you don't just change your role. You walk off the stage entirely. You are no longer available for the role of the fixer, because you are busy architecting your own reality. You are no longer the people pleaser, because your primary allegiance is to the integrity of your own frequency. By changing yourself, you have violated the unspoken contract of the old system, and the system panics. Your new identity destabilizes the entire relational structure. Their fear, their anger, their attempts to guilt you back into your old box. This is the system's immune response, desperately trying to neutralize the perceived threat to its stability. You represent the unknown, and for a system built on the fragile predictability of dysfunction, the unknown is terrifying. This leads us to the new paradigm, the critical shift in understanding that changes everything. You are not losing them. They are losing access to your old frequency. Let that land. Your job is not to build a bridge across the vibrational rift. Your job is not to shout explanations across the chasm. Your job is not to lower your vibration and meet them in the middle. The middle is the place of dissonance and compromise that you fought so hard to leave behind. To return there is to betray your own evolution. Your only job is to stabilize your new frequency, to anchor it, to embody it, to make this new, higher state of being your non-negotiable home. You must become so rooted in your new reality that the universe has no choice but to organize itself around you. The people, opportunities, and experiences that are in resonance with this new broadcast will be drawn to you effortlessly. Those that are not will continue to drift away. This is not an act of aggression. It is an act of integrity. You are simply holding your note, pure and clear. Those who are in harmony with that note will feel its beauty. Those who are not will only hear it as noise. You must allow them to have their experience without making it a referendum on your own. We have been operating under a fundamental misunderstanding, a lie so deep, so ingrained in our social conditioning, that it has become the source of our deepest suffering on this path. We believe that when a connection frays, when a relationship becomes dissonant, it is our job to fix it. We believe the distance, the confusion, the fear we see in others' eyes is a sign that we need to retreat, to explain ourselves better, to build a bridge back to the way things were. We scramble to find the right words, the right actions, to mend the tear in the fabric of our shared reality. This is the lie. And the truth is the most liberating, paradigm-shattering revelation you will ever receive. The fear you are witnessing in them is not a sign of your failure. It is the energetic signature of your success. It is the external, measurable proof of a profound internal process that has already been completed. Their resistance is not a verdict on your character. It is a receipt for your transformation. Their confusion is not a sign you are lost. It is the blaring alarm of their own internal GPS, warning them that you are no longer located on their map. Their system is screaming, "Danger, unknown energy," because you are, in fact, now completely and utterly unknown to them. You have changed on a level they cannot consciously perceive but can feel in their bones. A deep, cellular recognition that the person they knew is gone, replaced by a frequency their own system has no protocol for. And this single realization changes everything. It means their reaction is not personal, it is systemic. You are not being rejected. Your new frequency is, think of it as an energetic immune response. When a foreign body enters a system, the system attacks it, not out of malice, but out of a primal drive to maintain its known state of equilibrium. You have become a high-frequency energetic transplant, and their system, accustomed to a lower, denser vibrational state, is trying to reject the upgrade. It is not about you. It's about their system's desperate attempt to maintain homeostasis. It also means you can finally stop trying to convince them. You can lay down the exhausting burden of trying to explain a color to someone living in a black and white world. You cannot use the language of the old dimension to describe the physics of the new one. The attempt itself creates more dissonance. Your job is not to provide a lecture on your new frequency. Your job is to broadcast it. The explanation is not in your words. It is in your being. Your peace is the explanation. Your clarity is the explanation. Your unwavering centeredness is the proof. Those who are ready for that transmission will begin to resonate with it. Those who are not, cannot. It is that simple. What if the problem you're trying to solve in your relationships isn't a problem at all, but the signature of a solution that has already occurred within you? This revelation also means that their withdrawal is a profound gift. The space they create by pulling away is not a punishment of abandonment. It is the sacred energetic vacuum required for your new reality to fully solidify. A sapling cannot grow in the shadow of a giant oak. Your new quantum identity needs room to breathe, to stabilize, to become your dominant reality without the constant, dissonant pull of old energies trying to drag it back into the familiar soil of what was. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, is compassionately clearing the field for you. It is a quarantine period for your new consciousness to become robust and unshakable. And finally, this means your feelings of guilt are a phantom limb. You feel the ache, the twinge of responsibility, the echo of a promise to a person you used to be. You may feel guilty for no longer being the peacekeeper, the fixer, the emotional support system, the one who always dimmed their light to make others comfortable. That guilt is an energetic ghost, an echo from an identity you no longer inhabit. The neural pathways are still there, but they are no longer connected to the central operating system of who you are now. You are feeling the memory of a chain, not the chain itself. This is the real answer to the question, why friends leave after spiritual awakening. They aren't leaving you. They are being repelled by a frequency they are not yet equipped to integrate. And this understanding demands an entirely new approach. Your old strategy was to manage relationships. Your new strategy is to manage your own frequency. Stop trying to build a bridge across the vibrational rift. The chasm is there for a reason. Your job is to anchor your side of it. You must become the lighthouse. Picture it. A violent storm rages, waves of anger and misunderstanding crashing against the rocks. The wind howls with accusations and fear. And the lighthouse does not shrink. It does not dim its light hoping the storm will pass. It does not try to reason with the waves. It does not feel guilty for the ships that cannot see its light and crash upon the rocks. It has one function, one purpose, one non-negotiable directive: to be a fixed point, to anchor its foundation deep into the earth and to shine its light, steadily, powerfully, impersonally, into the darkness. You are the lighthouse. Your new frequency is the light. The storm is the systemic chaos of the old reality breaking apart. The ships that are calibrated to your light will use it to navigate safely to a new shore. The ships that are looking for a different harbor or are navigating by outdated maps will pass you by. It is not a failure. It is a sorting mechanism. Your only job is to shine. This transforms your very identity. You are not the rejected friend, the misunderstood child, the black sheep of the family. Those are roles in a play that has ended. You are a reality pioneer. You are a frequency anchor. You are a living, breathing point of coherence in a world of dissonance. Your presence alone is a force of transformation, and not all systems are built to withstand that kind of evolutionary pressure. Not all structures can handle that upgrade. That is the truth of their journey, the reality of their choice, and it is not your burden to carry. This revelation isn't just a theory. It's not a comforting idea to help you sleep at night. The vibrational rift leaves clear, unmistakable evidence in your daily life. It leaves fingerprints, echoes, data points. For too long, you have been misinterpreting this data. You've been reading the evidence of your victory as the story of your defeat. Today, that ends. I'm going to show you 3 signs you have likely been seeing as problems, which are in fact irrefutable confirmations of your power. These are the energetic echoes bouncing off the new shape of your soul, revealing its form and its strength. Listen closely, because your entire reality is about to shift from feeling like a victim to knowing you are the cause. The first and most common sign is what I call the echo chamber accusation. It sounds like this: "You've changed." And it's not said with admiration, it's said with suspicion. It's followed by, "You're in your own little world now," or, "Ever since you started doing all that weird stuff, it's like we can't even talk to you," or the most insidious one, "You think you're better than everyone else now." This feels like a personal attack. It's designed to create shame, to make you question yourself, to pull you back into the collective field of accepted reality. But here is the quantum truth. Their observation is not an insult. It is a stunningly accurate diagnosis of a successful spiritual process. You have built a new world. You are in an echo chamber, a chamber of your own deliberate creation, where your highest truths echo back to you, reinforcing themselves until they become solid reality. The scientific principle behind this is quantum coherence. Before your shift, your energy was likely incoherent. Your thoughts were in one place, your emotions in another, your beliefs wavering, your actions inconsistent. Your energy field was like a light bulb, casting a diffuse, scattered light in all directions. It was weak, easily influenced. But through your work, you have achieved coherence. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and your actions have begun to align. They are now vibrating in phase like a laser beam. All the particles of your energy are moving in a single, focused, powerful direction. This creates an incredibly potent, self-reinforcing energy field around you. To their dissonant, scattered field, your coherence feels impenetrable. It feels solid. It feels like a wall. When they try to project their old stories, their limitations, their drama onto you, it no longer sticks. It bounces right off. All they hear is the echo of your new frequency, and it terrifies their system because it is unfamiliar and they have no power over it. Think of Clara. For years, she was the emotional caretaker of her family. Every gathering was a chaotic symphony of drama, gossip, and old wounds, and Clara was the conductor, trying to keep everyone happy, absorbing everyone's anxiety. But then she began to meditate. She started journaling, walking in nature, and speaking her truth. She found a deep well of peace within herself. The next time she went to a family dinner, she didn't participate in the gossip. When her aunt started a dramatic story, Clara just listened quietly, holding her own inner peace. She didn't try to fix it. At the end of the night, her mother pulled her aside, her face a mask of concern. "Clara, I'm worried about you. It's like you've joined a cult. You're in this strange bubble. You're not even here with us." The old Clara would have crumbled, apologizing, trying to explain herself. But the new Clara understood. Her mother wasn't seeing a bubble of isolation. She was accurately perceiving the boundary of Clara's new coherent field of peace. It was a field the family drama could no longer penetrate. Her mother wasn't rejecting her. She was describing the architecture of her new reality. So how do you spot this? From this moment forward, when people dismiss your new beliefs without any genuine curiosity, when they use labels like weird or brainwashed to invalidate your experience, do not retreat. Do not defend. See it for what it is. It is the sonar ping from their reality, confirming the solid, beautiful boundary of yours. It is proof of your coherence. The second sign is even more visceral. You feel it in your body. It is the energy vampire flip. You know this feeling. You used to have friends or family members who you genuinely enjoyed spending time with. But now, after a conversation or a visit, you feel utterly, bone-deeply exhausted. You feel drained, foggy, almost sick. The common spiritual term for this is an energy vampire. And while that label captures the feeling, it misses the deeper, more empowering truth. The reframe is this: they haven't necessarily become energy vampires. You have become a high-potency energy source. The truth is not that they are taking from you. The truth is that you are now radiating a powerful, organized, high-frequency energy. Your internal system, through your inner work, has become vastly more efficient. It is generating a surplus of coherent energy. Peace, clarity, and joy are high-octane fuels. Most people operate in a state of energetic deficit. Their systems are habituated to lower frequencies of anxiety, worry, and drama. These are inefficient, low-grade fuels that require constant input to maintain. It's pure physics. A high-energy system and a low-energy system are placed next to each other, and energy will naturally flow from high to low to seek equilibrium. It is not malicious on their part. It is an unconscious, systemic pull. Your coherence is so attractive to their dissonant system that they will subconsciously draw from your field to try and regulate their own. The profound exhaustion you feel is the physical, measurable cost of your energy being used to metabolize their dissonance. You're not just having a conversation. You are performing an unconscious energetic transfusion, and it is draining your life force. Comment with the specific vibrational rift sign you recognize most in your life right now. Let's create a powerful testament in the comments to how real this phenomenon is. Consider Marcus. His whole life he was known as the ultimate empath. Friends would call him for hours to unload their problems, and he felt energized by helping. It gave him purpose. But after a profound inner shift, where he began to value his own inner stillness above all else, something changed. The same phone calls from the same friends started to feel heavy. A 1-hour conversation about a friend's relationship drama would leave him feeling like he'd run a marathon. He'd need to lie down. He started to feel guilty, thinking he'd become selfish or uncaring. But the truth was, his system was no longer calibrated for drama. It now ran on the clean, efficient energy of presence. When exposed to the chaotic frequency of his friend's story, his system had to work overtime to maintain its own coherence, burning massive amounts of energy in the process. He wasn't less caring. He was simply more potent. How do you spot this? You become a scientist of your own body. Pay attention to your physical energy levels as your primary source of data. Notice the sudden brain fog that descends after a specific phone call. Notice the wave of fatigue that hits you the moment you leave a certain person's house. This is not a judgment on them. It is objective data telling you there is a significant frequency mismatch. Your exhaustion is a metric, proving the sheer power of the energy you now radiate. The third sign is perhaps the quietest, the most confusing, and the most powerful. It is the spontaneous ghosting. This is when people simply disappear from your life. There's no fight, no dramatic exit, no explanation. A friend who used to be your first call just stops calling. A connection that was once a central pillar of your life just dissolves into silence. This is the one that creates the deepest wound of self-doubt. You replay every last conversation, searching for your mistake. What did I do wrong? Why did they abandon me? The reframe is one of profound cosmic compassion. It wasn't abandonment. It was an energetic system reboot. They didn't ghost you. Their system, or the universe itself, initiated a necessary severing of the connection because the vibrational rift had become too wide to sustain. Let me explain the science. Every relationship is an energetic circuit, a bridge between two frequency fields. For a connection to exist, there must be some level of resonance, some shared bandwidth. When you undergo a quantum identity shift, you don't just move up the frequency scale a little bit, you jump to an entirely new octave. The energetic gap becomes so vast that the circuit overloads. The bridge between you can no longer bear the strain of the vibrational difference. To prevent a complete system crash on their end, a failsafe is triggered. Their soul, their higher self, or the universal intelligence itself, makes an unconscious decision to sever the connection to preserve their equilibrium. It is an act of energetic self-preservation. It often happens without their conscious mind ever knowing why. They just feel a sudden lack of impulse to call you. The thought of you simply doesn't occur to them as often. Think of Sarah and Jenna, friends since kindergarten. Their bond was forged in late-night talks, shared secrets, and mutual support through life's dramas. But then Sarah began a deep spiritual journey. She quit her corporate job to become a yoga teacher. She spoke of synchronicities and consciousness. Jenna tried to be supportive, but she couldn't understand. The conversations became strained. The jokes stopped landing. Then, the calls became less frequent. The texts became shorter. Until one day Sarah realized she hadn't heard from Jenna in 3 months. There was no anger, just a deep, hollow silence where a lifelong friendship used to be. For a year, Sarah grieved, blaming herself. But then she understood. The Sarah that Jenna had been friends with no longer existed. Their shared reality had dissolved. The silence wasn't a punishment. It was a sacred, compassionate space being cleared by the universe for the new people who were vibrating in Sarah's new key. People who were already on their way. How do you spot this? You look back at the connections that have ended without a clear reason, without a fight, and you stop seeing them as chapters of failure. You reframe them as graduations. The fizzling out was not an accident. It was the quiet, powerful, undeniable proof that you have traveled so far, so fast, that you have literally become unrecognizable to your past. These 3 signs are your new dashboard. They are no longer random, painful events. They are your new guidance system. The accusation confirms your coherence. The drainage confirms your potency. The ghosting confirms your trajectory. Stop collecting these experiences as wounds. Start collecting this data as trophies. Pin them to your chest. They are medals of honor earned in the silent, invisible war between your past and your future. And you, unequivocally, are winning. You now understand the science. You have seen the evidence in your own life. You have collected the data points of dissonance and reframed them as trophies of your evolution. But there is a final step. A critical bridge to cross. The one that moves this entire revelation from an idea in your mind to a force in your cells. From knowing it to being it. The final piece is embodiment. To fully, completely, and unapologetically own your new frequency signature. So for the next few moments, I invite you to join me in an experience. If you can, find a space where you can sit comfortably, close your eyes, and not be disturbed. This is not about learning. This is about becoming. Let's begin. Go ahead and gently close your eyes. Take a deep, cleansing breath in. And as you exhale, release the day. Release the need to understand. Release the stories. Just arrive here, in this moment, in this body. Bring your awareness to the space your body occupies. Feel the weight of it, the simple, solid reality of your physical form. And now, expand that awareness. Begin to sense the subtle field of energy that surrounds your body, extending out in all directions. Don't try to see it with your eyes. Try to feel it with your inner senses. It might feel like a gentle warmth, a subtle hum, a quiet pressure. This is your energy field, your personal broadcast. For a moment, just become aware of its shape. Sense how it flows from the base of your spine, up through your core, out through the crown of your head, and cascades down around you like a fountain of light returning at your feet. A living, breathing torus of energy, your torus field. What is the texture of this field right now? Is it smooth or is there static? Is it calm or is it turbulent? Just notice, with no judgment. You are simply tuning in to your own broadcast. Listening to the song your energy is singing into the universe in this very moment. Now we are going to isolate the new frequency. I want you to scan back through your memory, not for a story, but for a feeling. Since this inner shift began, find one single moment where you felt completely, utterly yourself. A moment of profound peace, a flash of unshakable clarity, a surge of quiet, powerful joy. Maybe you were alone in nature. Maybe you were looking at a piece of art. Maybe it was in the quiet stillness just before sleep. Find that moment, not the details of what happened, but the pure feeling tone that came with it. The energetic signature of that experience. Hold that memory gently, And now, let the memory itself dissolve like sugar in water, leaving only its essence. Leave only the pure feeling. What is this frequency? Let's give it a name. Is it the deep, resonant hum of certainty? Is it the bright, vibrant buzz of freedom? Is it the silent, expansive stillness of peace? What does it feel like in your body? Is it a warmth in your chest? A lightness in your head? A solid, grounded feeling in your gut? Give it a color. Is it a deep indigo? A brilliant gold? A soft, emerald green? Give it a sound. Is it the clear tone of a crystal bowl? The silent roar of a distant star? The gentle rhythm of a deep ocean current? Stay with it. This pure feeling tone. This is the core of your new identity. This is your new note, your true frequency signature. And as you hold this new frequency, what single word describes the core of your new identity? Let that word be your anchor. Now, we will amplify and stabilize this frequency. Bring your awareness to your heart center. Imagine this frequency, this feeling, this color, this sound, this word, as a small, brilliant star right in the center of your chest. Feel its light. Feel its warmth. Feel its power. It has always been there. You are simply choosing to notice it now. And with your intention, you are going to turn up the dimmer switch on this inner light. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, allow this star to grow brighter, stronger. Its light begins to expand, filling your entire chest. A wave of pure, coherent energy, washing away any lingering static or doubt. Take another breath. And on the exhale, let this light expand further, pouring down your arms to your fingertips, down through your torso, your legs, to the soles of your feet. Your entire physical body is now illuminated from within by your core frequency. Every cell is vibrating in harmony with this new, higher note. You are becoming a resonant instrument for your own spirit. Now let the light expand beyond your skin. Let it pour out into your energy field, that torus you sensed just moments ago. Watch as this brilliant, coherent light pushes out all the old dissonance, all the old static. It clarifies, it purifies, it strengthens. Your field becomes a sphere of pure, unwavering light, radiating from your core. Breathe into this feeling. This is your new baseline. This is your home frequency. With your next breath, set a simple, powerful intention. This is who I am now. This frequency is my unshakable truth. This is my new reality. Feel that intention lock into place, a new energetic agreement you are making with yourself and with the universe. And now, for the final step, become the lighthouse. In your mind's eye, see yourself standing on a rocky shore. The night is dark, and the sea is restless. There may be fog, there may be storms, but you are not the shore. You are not the sea. You are the lighthouse. Your body is the strong, unshakable tower, built on solid rock. Your feet are anchored deep into the earth, and the frequency you just amplified, this brilliant, coherent light in your heart, is the great lantern at your peak. Feel it. This light is not small. It is immense. It is powerful, and it begins to shine, rotating steadily, calmly, impersonally. It cuts through the fog. It illuminates the storm. Notice what the light does not do. It doesn't chase the ships. It doesn't scream at the storm. It doesn't worry if the waves will crash against its foundation. It doesn't apologize for its brightness. It doesn't need the ships to see it. It doesn't need the fog to clear. It only has one function, one single purpose: to shine, to be itself, fully. This is your new posture in the world. Sovereign, stable, a beacon. Your job is not to convince, not to explain, not to fix. Your job is to shine. Feel the profound peace in that. The unshakable stability of simply being your own source of light. Take one last, deep breath in this space. Anchor this feeling of being the lighthouse deep within your bones. And when you are ready, gently, slowly, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. You are not the same person who started this video. The data points have become an experience. The theory has become a felt reality. You are the lighthouse. What is the quality of your light? Hold that feeling. Carry it with you. That is your compass, your shield, and your greatest gift. You have embodied the lighthouse. Now you learn to operate it. You are moving beyond a state of being and into a role of conscious creation. You are a frequency architect. Your tools are not force, or persuasion, or argument, or justification. Your new tools are far more subtle and infinitely more powerful. They are coherence and resonance. You no longer build with brick and mortar. You build with light and sound. You are designing your reality from the inside out by mastering the very frequency you broadcast into the quantum field. Here's how to protect your energy from negativity, but from a quantum perspective. It's not about fighting darkness. It's about turning up your own light so profoundly that darkness has no purchase. This first tool is foundational. It's what allows you to walk through the old world without being pulled back into its chaotic frequency. I call it the energetic buffer. This is a technique for entering dissonant environments, challenging family dinners, stressful work meetings, crowded public spaces, without taking on the energetic static of those around you and losing your own hard-won frequency. The scientific principle here is the creation of a semi-permeable coherent field. Think of it like the cell wall in biology. It's not an impenetrable shield. It's a sophisticated filter. It allows for connection and exchange, but it maintains the integrity of the internal environment. You are creating a personal field of coherence so strong that it filters incoming energy, allowing connection without contamination. Here is how you build it. It takes less than 30 seconds. First, before you walk into that challenging situation, pause. Go to the restroom, sit in your car, stand in the hallway. Take one conscious breath. Second, recall the feeling of the lighthouse from our embodiment exercise. Don't just think about it, feel it. Feel that unwavering, stable, radiant light shining from your core. Reactivate that somatic certainty. Third, visualize your energy field which naturally extends around your body, beginning to solidify. See it transforming into a sphere of shimmering crystalline light, about 1 foot out from your body in all directions. It's not hard or rigid. It's fluid, alive, and intelligent. Fourth, set a simple, clear intention. You can say it silently to yourself. My frequency is my own. Only that which is in resonance with my highest good may enter this space. All else is returned to sender with love and is transmuted into light. This is critical. You are not attacking, blocking, or resisting. You are defining the laws of your own energetic sovereign territory. The most common mistake people make is creating a hard, brittle wall. They build a fortress out of fear. A fortress isolates you. A buffer, however, keeps you connected but sovereign. It's the difference between building a prison and cultivating a sacred garden. You are not trying to shut the world out. You are simply curating the energetic information you allow to take root within you. Use this tool anytime you anticipate entering a low-frequency or chaotic environment. It will become second nature, a simple flick of a switch that preserves your energy for what truly matters, anchoring your new reality. Now for the second tool. This is for when you are already in the interaction. It's how you respond when someone is actively reacting to your vibrational rift, when you can feel their fear, judgment, or misunderstanding directed at you. I call this the compassionate detachment. Its power lies in a deep understanding of the observer effect from quantum physics. Remember, where you place your focus, you collapse a wave of potential into a particle of experience. When someone projects their fear onto you, your defensive reaction, your need to justify, argue, defend, or explain, is you observing their fear as a valid threat. You are collaborating with them to collapse a waveform of conflict. You are meeting their dissonance with more dissonance. Compassionate detachment is the art of withdrawing your observation from the conflict, and instead, observing their state with neutrality and love, which allows the waveform of conflict to dissipate without ever solidifying. Here is the 4-step practice. 1. The moment you feel that energetic sting, their judgment, their accusation, their dismissal, Take one silent, invisible breath. This breath is your pattern interrupt. It creates a sacred pause between their stimulus and your response. 2. In that pause, internally say to yourself, I see your system is feeling threatened by my frequency. I see your pain and your fear. I honor your process without owning it. This is your internal act of compassion. It recognizes their state as a systemic reaction, not a personal attack on you. It is their system's immune response to your new energy. 3. Do not jade. This acronym is your new law of energetic conservation. Do not justify. Do not argue. Do not defend. Do not explain. Any of these actions is an admission that their dissonant frame has power over your coherent one. It is you climbing down from your lighthouse to argue with the waves. 4. Respond with a simple, neutral, boundary-setting phrase. Something like, I understand that's how you see it, or I appreciate you sharing your perspective, or I hear that you're concerned. Then, you calmly and lovingly change the subject or exit the conversation. You offer them no energetic hooks to latch onto. You present a smooth surface of peace. The most common mistake here is believing that detachment is cold or uncaring. True, compassionate detachment is the most loving response you can give. You are refusing to co-create a painful reality with them. You are holding space for their experience without becoming entangled in it. You are honoring their path, even if it diverges from yours. This is how you love people without losing yourself. It is the ultimate act of energetic maturity. This is your primary tool for navigating conversations where you feel misunderstood, judged, or pressured to return to your old self. What is the very first old reality you will consciously stop observing, starting the moment this video ends? Be specific. Precision creates power. This brings us to our third and final tool, the practice that makes all the others possible. The buffer is your defense. Detachment is your interactive strategy. This last tool is your offense, your proactive creation. It is frequency anchoring. This is your daily practice for strengthening, stabilizing, and raising your new baseline frequency until it becomes your automatic default state. The science is simple and profound. Neuroplasticity and energetic entrainment. Every time you consciously activate your desired frequency, you are carving new neural pathways in your brain and instructing the cells in your body to attune to this new signal. With repetition, this new frequency becomes home. It moves from a state you have to work for to the very state you are. The practice itself is deceptively simple. Its power is in its frequency, not its duration. 1. Choose 3 specific times a day to act as your anchors. A great rhythm is right when you wake up, midday, and right before you sleep. Set alarms on your phone if you need to. 2. At these designated times, stop what you are doing. It only takes 60 seconds. Close your eyes. 3. Recall the single word or feeling you identified in our embodiment exercise. That word is your tuning fork. It might be sovereignty, peace, clarity, freedom. 4. Don't just think the word. Feel the word. Let the full body sensation of that word's frequency fill every cell in your body. Breathe it in. Let it hum from the marrow of your bones outward. For 60 seconds, you are nothing but the living embodiment of that frequency. Then, you open your eyes and continue with your day. That's it. The most common mistake is overcomplicating it. People think they need an hour of meditation on a cushion. They turn it into a chore. That is the old paradigm of effort and struggle. The new paradigm is one of elegant, precise, and frequent calibration. It's like tuning a masterful instrument. You don't just tune it once a year, you make small, constant adjustments to keep it in perfect pitch. Use this daily. Treat it like your energetic hygiene. This is you, actively building and fortifying your new identity at the subatomic level. Your life is now your laboratory. The world is your training ground. These are not just ideas. They are operational protocols for a new way of being. Use the energetic buffer as your shield of light when entering dissonance. Use compassionate detachment as your sword of peace during difficult interactions. And use frequency anchoring as your daily ritual to build your inner temple. This is the trinity of applied quantum living. This is how you move from being a victim of energetic dynamics, tossed about by the frequencies of others, to the conscious and deliberate architect of your reality. You now see the fear of others not as a wound, but as a waypoint. You have the understanding, the evidence, and the tools. The vibrational rift is no longer a source of pain. It is your compass, always pointing toward your own true north. When you feel its pull, when you sense the dissonance, you no longer collapse in confusion. You recognize it. You understand its physics. You know it is simply the universe confirming the coordinates of your new location in space-time. The reaction is not rejection. It is resonance feedback. It is the echo of your new self, bouncing off the old reality, proving the integrity and power of the structure you have built within. You have traversed the most difficult terrain of this journey, the valley of loneliness, and have emerged on the other side, not just intact, but sovereign. But anchoring your own frequency is just the first stage. This entire process, this entire breakdown, has been about securing your own energetic territory. It has been about building your lighthouse on your shore, ensuring its foundation is deep and its light is unwavering no matter the storm. But what happens when your coherent field, now stable and powerful, begins to intentionally interact with other coherent fields? What happens when your lighthouse, which you thought was a solitary outpost, begins to receive signals from other lighthouses across the horizon? You start to realize you are not alone. You are part of a network, a grid of consciousness being activated across the planet. This isn't just about protecting your personal reality anymore. This is about consciously co-creating a collective reality. The skills you have learned here, calibrating your frequency, maintaining coherence in the face of dissonance, holding your energetic state without apology, these were not just for you. They were your training. They were your preparation for a much larger mission, one that moves beyond self-preservation and into planetary transformation. The stability you have cultivated is not just a shield, it is a broadcast tower, and the signal you are sending is now part of a symphony. The great secret is that on a subatomic level, nothing is truly separate. The principle of quantum entanglement, what Einstein called spooky action at a distance, proves this beyond any doubt. When two particles become entangled, they remain connected instantaneously, no matter how much distance separates them. If you affect one, the other is affected immediately. This isn't a theory, it is a repeatedly proven law of our universe. Now apply this to consciousness. When you performed your quantum identity shift, when you collapsed a new waveform of reality for yourself, you did not do it in a vacuum. You sent a ripple across the entire quantum field. You affected the entangled particles of every person you have ever known, and even people you will never meet. Your personal healing has non-local, collective consequences. This is the science behind prayer, behind intention, behind the power of a single person in a state of deep peace to calm an entire room. Your new frequency is not just your property, it is an active force in the universe. Understanding this is the key to moving from a frequency architect who designs their own life to a world changer who consciously participates in the design of our collective future. You have learned to stop the old world from changing you. Now you will learn how your new world changes everything else. To continue this journey into mastery, subscribe and activate all notifications. Our next video, Quantum Entanglement Explained, how your new identity heals others from a distance, is the critical next step. In that deep dive, we will break down the exact science of non-local influence. You will learn how your stabilized energy field acts as a tuning fork that can help other systems find coherence without you ever saying a word or taking any action. You will understand how your personal peace becomes a planetary force. It is the missing piece of the puzzle that elevates your spiritual journey from a personal quest to a global service. And after that, we will explore spiritual leadership is simpler than you think. It's about frequency, not action. We will dismantle the old paradigm of striving, pushing, and convincing, and show you how the most powerful leaders in this new era are not the ones who speak the loudest, but the ones who hold the clearest frequency. You will learn that your primary contribution to the world is not what you do, but who you are being, moment to moment. Your journey through the painful rift was not a punishment. It was your initiation. You were forged in the fire of dissonance to become a beacon of coherence. You had to learn to stand alone so you could become a stable point of light for others. The confusion, the isolation, the pain, it was all part of the calibration process. It was the universe testing the strength of your new signature, and you passed. The proof is that you are still here, still listening, still growing. Shine your light not for them but for you. The world will adjust.